welcome back, everyone. This is the VegasTours.com podcast. We are in episode number 234, and this week we are talking about the Las Vegas ATV Tours with Lorraine Formato, marketing director and Las Vegas territory member. But before we get into that, there's another voice here you have not heard in a long, long time. Hi, Debbie.
Hello.
Hey, sweetheart.
How you doing?
After a swim in the pool, doing just fine. Thank you very much.
It does make you feel a little bit better after 117 degrees, doesn't it?
Especially after I had to drive across the city, and it's like, yeah, okay, pool time. 107. What was it? 117 yesterday.
Yep.
Death Valley was over 120 yesterday. Today, I haven't even looked. It's just hot.
It's just hot.
That's
There's
just
no
hot.
sense in even looking anymore. I got in the car when I got ready to come home, and it said it was 119 in my car today.
Yes. But you cannot shovel heat.
Don't care.
I do.
Hot is hot.
Trust.
I didn't come from where you came from.
I know. So it's just that whole reference to it, I always think about last winter you did the photo shoot up at Mount Charleston?
No, year before, but yeah.
Okay, and we took that girl up there.
The senior who'd never seen snow before.
Yeah, and she wanted to have her senior photos done in snow, and she just.
And she didn't take gloves or nothing, and she just had a cute little top on, and she didn't understand that snow is cold.
Cold, yeah. She's like, it's cold. Yeah, it's snow. Gosh. All right. I'd already done the interview with Lorraine about Las Vegas ATV tours, and then she's like, hey, have you and your wife have ever been out on an ATV tour? And I went, nope. She goes, cool. When do you want to go?
Sign us up.
I said, Saturday. She goes, okay. What was like the first day of 105 degrees?
It was the first day that it hit 105, yep.
So we trucked on out to the Nellis Sand Dunes now.
At noon.
Now, if you do take the tour, because they give you a 20% discount if you use the promo code TVT, they will pick you up at your hotel. But since we're locals, we said
we can drive out there.
We can drive out there. Got out there, and it's literally at the end of the Nellis Air Base runway.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got there early, and I did not get the camera out fast enough, but that refueler came in.
Yeah, we will be prepared next time.
Oh my God!
The planes that come in and land while you're waiting for your tour, that was pretty cool.
You could almost read the serial numbers off of the tires. I mean, it was just.
If I'd have had the right lens with me, we would have been able to.
Yeah. But even just that, just to sit there and just watch these jets come in.
They flew right over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I've never been that close.
So then, so when it came time for the tour, what'd you think, babe?
I can't wait to do it again.
All right.
Just not in 105 degrees.
No.
But it was the most fun. The adrenaline and I had no idea I was going to like it that much. I went into it thinking, hot, hot, hot. Oh my God, what is wrong with me that I'm following him into this mess? And
here we go again.
Yep. And then once we got started and we got around the slow people and we got up in the front of the pack.
Well, see now.
They actually had to wave me, just slow me down a little bit because I got a little bit carried away.
You did. You did.
That is oh my God. I wanted to buy one when I left there. I can't wait to go do it again. It was so much fun.
So let's back the train up here, just for those that are curious about this. This is good for anybody of any experience level, whether it's like me. I've never been on one.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
These are all newer models. What was there, like three groups?
Yeah, they broke us up into groups, and I think some of it had to do with your experience level. I think they asked everybody what your experience level was, and they broke you up into groups by that. But what I liked was the fact that once they got you in the group, they did that little practice track.
Right.
And they kind of rated you based on how well you did and put you in a line. So you weren't pushed to go too fast. You got to go at your own speed. And if you were with a group like those, they had a whole bridal party.
Right.
Two of the girls just couldn't get control of the vehicle. So they got to ride in a four-wheel four-seater vehicle at the end of the thing.
And they got to experience,
but they still got to experience the whole thing.
But the one thing you absolutely have got to know when you do these ATV tours, the one thing, no matter what your experience level is, you have got to know this and study this before you go. What is your left hand and what is your right hand?
And not your other left.
Right.
Yes, that did seem to be a problem for one or two people.
So if it helps, write. Well, you really can't write because they.
You can. Oh yeah, I guess you could get
because they give you the
big
helmet and
Post-it
gloves
stickers with an L and an R on them to put on your gloves.
Yeah, there were a couple of girls there that just could not figure out the right from the left. But they do provide the gloves and the helmet.
Yeah, and the glasses to protection.
Yeah. And water, plenty of water.
Plenty of water. They wanted to make sure you stayed hydrated. They really pushed the staying hydrated.
The other thing I liked was, although we had our own tour guide.
Corey? No.
Corey, yeah. And there were 3 other groups with us. They kind of kept watch on everybody. Plus they had a couple of other.
Mike, that owner, he was out.
He was out there watching
riding
everybody.
His ATV, his quad.
Right.
Between each of the tours and kind of guiding and reviewing and just keeping a general eye on everyone. He was the one that waved me down when I started getting a little carried away because we were right behind the guide, and the guide was going up on the sand dunes, and
you were about to go do some stunts over there.
I really started to kind of get into it, and once I realized it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be, that the controls on the vehicle are easy to manage. It's not like trying to ride a motorcycle or something. You don't have to have a strong skill set learning something new. Once I figured out that it was pretty simple to manage it, then I started to get a little. I started to inch my way up one bank, and then I'd inch my way up a little bit more of a bank, and you saw all the rocks and stuff, and that freaked me out at first. And when I realized you just kind of coast over that stuff, I started to get a little carried away. And
I like their tagline is "See Vegas differently," and you really do.
Really, yeah. The halfway point overlooks all of Vegas, so you get some really great shots of you and your group, and
Vegas skyline, and the Vegas skyline on one side, the mountains on the other. You got the Air Force jets coming in for a landing or circling or whatever it is that they're doing, and then just these 14 or what is it, like 40,000 acres? What did she tell me? 14,000 acres of sand dunes out there.
I was really shocked because I was thinking, when we got there, okay, what is this? What are we going to do? Because you can't see it from the road.
No.
Once you started to get into it, then you could see. But I really wanted to go up that one mountain, and they wouldn't let me go up the one mountain. So we're going to have to go back because I want to go up that one mountain. I almost left my group behind. I was like, oh, control. But, it was fun. I had a really good time. And we took the 2-hour tour. Yeah. And there was a 4-hour tour that...
I don't think I could do that.
I couldn't have, not in the heat. There's no way. Maybe in the fall when it's cool, I think maybe it would be a lot more fun because there's a lunch in between.
Right.
But there's no way in 105 degrees I would...
Yeah, that and we were the last tour, so it was the afternoon heat. Yeah. But I could see like a morning or a midday tour that'd be just a blast out there.
Oh yeah, I'd get out there, start like 10ish, have your go 2 hours, have your lunch, go 2 more hours. And
then it was neat because that other one, the sand rails guys were out there with the dune buggies, but there's enough room to keep everyone separate.
Yeah, and there seemed to be just a respect and a communication going on between all the groups, so you just knew to respect when you crossed each other's paths, and but the guide takes care of you, you know. So I never felt I felt totally safe and comfortable.
Well,
with what we were doing.
Yeah, I mean, when I thought of a ATV tour, I thought, we all just follow a line and we just follow the,
Yeah, I was picturing going through a tree,
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
But it was just more, okay, we know where the guide is.
Uh-huh.
As long as you don't veer too far off the path, you're good.
Yeah.
And I mean, those things go pretty damn fast once you open one up.
Yeah, I think you could. I could have opened it up a lot more. I could have opened it up a lot more, but.
And I mean, it's just one sand dune after another, and it got larger and more fun and more.
But I could see, if you're not familiar with the area, getting yourself turned around and lost it out there too.
Well, that's why you stay with your tour group.
That's why you stay with your tour. Corey was awesome. Can't recommend him enough. The guide, when you start, the guide teaches you some hand signals so that you can communicate, because there's no talking and stuff with the helmets on and all that. So you can let him know if you're okay or if you're not okay, and things like that. But yeah, I can't wait to do it again.
So you're all set, baby, aren't you?
I was actually trying to consider, if we had enough money on a credit card, go buy one of those things. But
yeah, I saw you eyeing up the garage, going,
Yeah.
We got that space next to the garage here. We got that.
Yeah, we got that RV parking on the side. We could fit a couple of them over there. But then we need a trailer. And
what would the Challenger look like with a trailer hitch on it?
There you go.
Do we need two of them?
Yes, we do need two of them, because I'm riding my own.
That is the Las Vegas ATV Tours, and like I said earlier, they are nice enough to give us a 20% discount when you use the promo code TVT. And they are kind of a strange group, because they actually like to talk to you, so they would prefer you to call them at 702-750-9751. And they gave me permission to say this, although it's 117 degrees out there now, in another 2 months it's going to be cooler. They launched a second company for hiking tours.
Oh, nice.
Out through Red Rock and Valley Fire.
Oh, that'd be fun.
And she talks about it towards the end of the interview. So you'll see more of that on the website, thevegastours.com, and of course through our social media stuff. Hopefully we'll go and do it again. I took my GoPro. I put my GoPro on the helmet, but 105 degrees. The GoPro just went, yeah, right.
I'm on strike.
It went for about 10 minutes, and then went, no, break time. Peace out.
Yeah, you also have to pay attention to what helmet you grab, because your helmet that you had grabbed had a ridge in the center of it, so it was difficult to get that GoPro to sit on it. So you have to get one with no ridge in the center, so it'll sit centered.
Some of the helmets have a GoPro grip on it. Some don't, but yeah, it's just it was a blast. It was fun. Lorraine, thank you for allowing us to do the tour. And so here is my interview with Lorraine Formato with Las Vegas ATV Tours. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the VegasTours.com podcast, and I am Mark Anthony, your host. Today, I am with Las Vegas Territory member Lorraine Formato, the Director of Sales and Marketing for Las Vegas ATV Tours.
Hi, everybody.
What is Las Vegas ATV Tours?
It's actually an ATV tour company where we pick our guest up, take them right to the Nellis Dunes, which is a short ride from anywhere on the Strip. It's only 14 miles from the southernmost point of the Strip, that being South Point. There's the M also. We're gonna take you right to the Nellis Dunes by the Nellis Air Force Base. We're gonna teach you how to ride an ATV, even the most experienced rider. And you're going to ride through the Nellis Dunes with our tour guides. No, they do not hover over you. It's an excellent tour. Our motto is See Vegas like never before. You ride an ATV for 2.5 hours with lunch, unlimited bottled water. You can wear whatever you want. There's no open-toe shoes, no license or passport required. Take as many pictures as you want. Yes, bring your GoPro. You just cannot wear open-toed shoes. On any given day, because our landing is so close to the Nellis Air Force Base, you'll actually see fighter pilots performing aerobatics.
I love that.
It is so awesome. And we are the only ATV tour company in Nevada entrusted to train the U.S. military from the Nellis Air Force Base that are going on an overseas tour how to operate an ATV.
Really?
It's so cool, yeah.
What are these ATVs? Are they 2-passenger, 1-passenger?
We have both. We also have utility vehicles. They sit 4, they sit 6. But the ATVs, yes, they sit 1. We also have ATVs that sit 2. 1 in the front, 1 in the back.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so even if I don't feel comfortable enough to drive, I can ride with somebody.
Absolutely. Even our tour guides, when available, they'll take a guest on their ATV.
Cool.
Oh, it's very, very cool. Yeah, we'll even put guests in our utility vehicles. They love it. Yeah, it's a great, great tour. Different terrains out there.
Oh,
The scene
it's
is
awesome
beautiful.
out there.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And our motto, like I said, is see Vegas like never before. You're close enough to the Strip where you're going to see 360-degree views of Las Vegas. It's absolutely beautiful.
I got to add, because you are next to Nellis, it's so funny because when you're out there, you see that long line of photographers out there just waiting for the jets to come and go, because you see everything.
For sure.
Especially red flag, green flag exercises and all that. That's got to be amazing.
Cool. Oh, it's cool. The ground shakes sometimes. It's very cool. Yeah, they're good.
Well, being there, you do get to see both sides of Vegas.
You really do.
You
really do.
You see the Strip, all the lights and big towers and fancy, and then nature.
Exactly. And the Nellis Dunes in itself, just beautiful, different terrains, canyon trails, sand dunes. Our tour is excellent in that you don't have to stay in formation. You are on your own with a tour guide, of course. You want a tour guide, otherwise you will get lost. There's over 15,000 acres. Yeah, so it's all different, really cool S-turns. We call them snake turns.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. Very cool tour.
Now, it's not the same tour every time.
Are you referencing the skill level of the rider?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we do is we teach everyone how to ride the ATV. In my opinion, it's easier than riding a bicycle. You're on 4 wheels, it's easy. You only need the use of your fingers and your arms. We also have any special needs we can accommodate. Yeah, Americans with any special needs we can accommodate. We also go out rain or shine. But yes, each tour...
Rain, what, 3 or 4 times a year?
I know, my boss says to me all the time, why do you mention that? Because it does rain in Las Vegas and we are open. So we like to tailor each tour according to the skill level of the riders. And we will, of course, keep you with your group if you'd like to be, but we're gonna pair you with people of similar ride skill level.
Well, I saw that going through TripAdvisor. You had people, I'm an expert at this, but man, I learned something new.
Absolutely.
And then there were a couple of them going, I was really scared, but it's my husband. He wanted to go do it, and then it's like, that was the coolest thing, man.
Right. Our tour guides are handpicked by the owner. They are well versed in ATVs. They were probably riding ATVs before they were riding bicycles. They want to make each tour exclusive to that guest, personalized to that guest. We have different trails, we have different areas that we go down, again, depending on the skill level of the rider. Oh yeah, the tour guides make it so much fun, so interesting. They'll teach you things on the ATV that you didn't even know probably were possible if it's your first time on an ATV. They'll make it happen.
And then they're gonna go home and buy one.
Exactly. Or come back to Las Vegas to go out again with us.
Yeah, exactly. How about, silly question, summertime when it's 190 degrees here, how do you handle that out there?
That is not a silly question, and I say that all the time. And thank you, by the way, to all the concierges and every company person that books our ATV tours through the Nellis Dunes. And I say that for 2 reasons, it's not an issue. First, you are surrounded by the sand dunes. It's actually cooler out there, the Nellis Sand Dunes. Next, you're moving. You're not just standing there, standing still with the sun beating down on you. I've been out there, it was 121 degrees. You are moving.
Yeah, so got
you're
the breeze
not
going.
feeling the intense heat from the sun.
Well, plus just, there's got to be an adrenaline rush there.
Oh, it's so cool. when you look at some of the hills out there and you're getting ready to go up it, you're not thinking about, you're coming down a hill too. And it's a big adrenaline rush. It's very, very cool. It's also good, again, for beginners as well, because we're not going to take you to a place that we don't think you're going to be comfortable.
Right. How long have they been in business?
Approximately 8.5 years now.
Tell me the story on how you came here. I like that one.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool story too. So approximately 8.5 years ago, my nephew, Michael, who is the owner of Las Vegas ATV Tours, called me and said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I just sold my business, as you know, as part of my business plan within 3 years to sell it. I had a shoes and clothing store." And he said, "Okay, well, come out to Vegas. I have an idea." I said, "Okay." I donated my furniture, I packed my bags, my shoes and my clothing, got in a car, had a guest with me who helped with the driving, was in Vegas 5 days after that phone call.
You had to move.
Well, actually, I did it in 2 days. Because
Wow.
the drive took about three and a half
Yeah, I was going to
days.
say.
5 days later, I was out here, and the driver that I was with did more sleeping than driving, so that was fun. I was really anxious to get here.
Yeah, you literally
Right.
drove from one side of the country to the other.
Literally, yeah, over 3,000 miles. Yeah, we did it pretty quickly, too.
Were you a Vegas tourist before then?
I was. I've been traveling here for extended stays since the 70s.
Okay.
I had family here on the East Coast and the West Coast. So once I got out here 8.5 years ago, my nephew Michael said to me, "Let's go to lunch." I said, "Okay." He said, "I want to start an ATV tours business." I said, "Perfect." And he said, "You're it." Incidentally, I bought him and his brother their first ATVs when they were very young. We had to build them. It was fun.
So you were the instigator in all of this.
I hope so.
8.5, that was what, right around 2008, 2009? Was it right
Yes,
before the crash or right after?
Right after, yes, yes.
Okay, all right.
He's a brilliant businessman. He has had a very good career in the stock market, and he decided that it was time for him to do something that he is even more passionate about: outdoors, activities, providing an excellent product and service. And
Were you
he
familiar with the area outside of Vegas before this?
Very little. That's a great question. Very little. I had been to Mount Charleston, had been to the Valley of Fire, but not exploring. I recently toured the Valley of Fire, and wow, went to place. Oh, it's just beautiful out there. Mouse's tank, it's this big. But how cool is that story? This man hiding in that tank to survive.
Yes.
So now I'm a lot more experienced with other than the Strip.
Do you go out on the ATVs often, or?
As a matter of fact, my boss just threw an employee appreciation party on Sunday. He opened it up to every employee, every family member, and the military. Anyone in the military, current, retired, opened it up. One of our former tour guides left Las Vegas ATV Tours because he wanted to start a food truck business.
Okay.
And he actually caters our lunches for our guests because our guests ride for 2.5 hours. They also get lunch, bottled water. And he is our gourmet lunch provider for our guests. So Michael rented the food truck all day, all night long. So yes, I was recently out there on Sunday, and it was just a blast to see people coming together and sharing an experience some may have had before, some may not have had, and just bringing them all together. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. I was out there about a month ago too. We had donated a comp tour for a fundraiser, and the concierge that wanted asked me to go with her. And I'm in the field most of the time, and I truly forgot how great our tour is. So it reunited my fire, re-sparked my fire. So it was great. They're great tours.
When somebody books this, what do they have to show up with?
They have to show up with no open-toe shoes.
Got that? We got that.
They can wear whatever they want, and of course, they cannot be under the influence.
Okay, so but you provide the helmets.
Yes, we provide any gear that they want. Helmets are the only piece of equipment that are mandatory. We have gloves, we have goggles, we have knee pads, we have shoulder pads, elbow pads. Not that you need any of that, but we have all of that. Yes, the only thing mandatory is a helmet. You're going to wear a helmet.
What is some of the reactions you get? Is it kind of an international thing? Do folks from Europe know what the hell this thing is?
Some do, some don't, and I'll give you a great example. Yesterday I got a call for a last minute tour. It was a solo rider. No group is too large or small. We do a lot of huge corporate events, and like I said, we'll even pick up a solo rider. So I got a call last minute. The concierge said, why don't you call the guest directly? I said, absolutely. So I called the guest and we talked, and I was explaining what to expect, the different terrains. He had never been on an ATV tour before. He was so thrilled to go on our tour. After the tour, I called him. Hours later, I called him. And I said, well, how did you like it? He said, oh, it was so great. It was so great. He couldn't speak enough good words about our tour.
He was still on that high.
Exactly, yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay, so the experience is basically what you make of it, because you have the different levels of trails and all of that. But
yes.
But it's but
our tour guides are going to get to know you. They're going to get to know you a little bit before the tour.
Okay.
And they're going to make sure that they know that you want to go a little bit faster, a little bit slower. You don't want to go on a big hill. You want to go on a big hill.
Or you're like, well, I can't do it, and then all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, let's go do it.
Yes.
How far back does that go? I mean,
There's 14,000 acres, over 14,000 acres out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all government land?
Yes.
What do you say to people that say that this is doing damage to the environment?
We really don't hear that, because anyone that is knowing a little bit about the desert knows that it is very strictly regulated by the Bureau of Land Management. We're very careful. We don't keep litter out there. We clean up after our tours. We really don't hear anything about the environment, and that there is no hazard to the environment in what we're providing.
We get that a little bit as tour guides, because you go out to a place and you see the trash, but those of us who work in it and play in it have that respect for it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we just, and
for sure. And you live here and you're providing a service where people are going to see your operation, and we take very good care of.
Well, that and again, you go back to it that it's managed by the Bureau of Land Management, and they're really, really strict on where we can and cannot go.
Correct. Yes.
I mean, even as a tour guide, there's paths that I know I cannot go on as a tour guide, and there are paths that I can go on because.
And there's a reason for that. It's a good thing.
Right.
Yes.
Is there an age limit or a weight limit?
We do not have any height or weight restrictions. 16-year-olds may ride without guardian present. Guardian just has to be present at time of pickup to sign the waiver.
What is some of the strangest things that have happened or that you have experienced? Stories. I love stories. Come on.
Yeah, stories are great. Okay, so I think when someone calls in and they give the name of their hotel, the hotel pickup location,
right.
It's not exactly the name of the hotel. So is it Harris or Paris? Is it with a P or is it with an H? And I think great stories are when people have experienced our tour and they said, wow, I had no idea it was going to be that great.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is.
It's very good.
Any marriage proposals? Any?
For me?
No.
Oh, out there?
Yeah.
Oh, we do. We get a lot of it. We get a lot of bachelorette parties, bachelor parties, weddings. Oh, absolutely. Family picnics.
Family picnics?
Family picnics, family reunions. Oh, yeah. We even have parties for anyone that wants to do something other than partying on the strip. It's, it's a special party. Yeah. They got a group together. They want to be close enough to the strip, but far enough away where they're out of the fast pace.
So then on top of just the usual tours, you obviously do the corporate events and all that.
Yes.
That's got to be fun to get these
really is.
These guys in the Brooks Brothers suits out there.
It really is so much fun, and they let their hair down, and she lets her hair down, and it's very cool because it's awesome for team building. You get to know the person that you might not know in accounting. Now you're riding alongside this person, and you're forming a deeper, meaningful relationship because you're out of that work environment.
Right.
You're getting your hands dirty.
Yeah, exactly. So, what does Las Vegas ATV Tours get out of being a Las Vegas Territory member?
Oh, as part of the Las Vegas Territory membership, it's rewarding in that we get to meet so many people in the tourist hospitality industry. We share ideas, we fellowship, we are offered some really nice comp show tickets, and I think it's being within the like-minded group of people that helps everyone to achieve their goals.
Well, I always go after the fact that you get to, like this podcast, you get to work with the people that make Vegas what it is.
Absolutely, yes.
You know, I mean, you're not having to deal with the MGMs and the Caesars. You're dealing with the individual.
Right, the backstage people.
Yeah.
That are the leaders in their industry. However, they're not necessarily in the spotlight on the cover of a magazine.
Yes.
But true leadership skills that instead of looking at the problem, what's the solution?
Yes.
They make things happen. They bring their goals into fruition.
That is so cool. I don't think anyone has put it quite that way, but it is true, because during the bad times there, you know, we would go to the meetings and someone would go, okay, let's change this whole scenario. What can we do? And as a group, everyone went, okay, we're going in that direction.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I truly like, putting out fires. I don't see it as a problem. What's the solution?
Yeah.
How are we going to avoid this next time? What's the solution here? I want to go right to the end results, and that's the solution.
All right. Let's change gears again. 3 things a Vegas tourist needs to see or do, other than Vegas ATV Tours.
Okay, I have 2 thoughts in that. If you want to experience the Strip, I would tell you to go in and out of as many casinos as possible, because each one is unique in its own right. For instance, the MGM is popular because it's the MGM. Go see that. The Bellagio has a great art exhibit going on most always. The Venetian and Palazzo, they always have their indoor display, depending on the season, the holiday. If you wanted to see shows, the shows out here are wonderful. O is one of my personal favorites. And then when the guest doesn't want to be on the Strip, go off the Strip and see as much as possible. Go to Mount Charleston. You truly will see Vegas like never before. The Nellis Dunes, the Valley of Fire. There's so many little towns. You'll be driving for miles and all of a sudden you'll see a house. Similar to when we just had our event at the Pioneer Saloon in Good Springs, Nevada. How cool was that? It's off the beaten path. It's not far. What is it, 29 miles from the Strip?
Yep. But yet there's so much history right there.
So much history. And it was great to hear the history of Good Springs and the Pioneer Saloon.
For those of you that follow up on this, the Good Springs Saloon was a building that the original owner bought from a Sears and Roebuck catalog. And for those of you that don't know what a catalog is, think of Amazon. Somebody bought the building. You used to be able to buy houses in a catalog, and they would deliver it wherever you were.
So true, and I can attest to that. I used to be a realtor back in Jersey and Pennsylvania, and I actually sold a house that Sears had brought to the location.
Oh, man.
It sold within an hour. That's how popular these houses are. Very, very popular.
Okay, so, all right, so we're up to 2.
Okay.
Third one. See the Strip, go off Strip, what else?
I think go off the Strip and go experience the local restaurants,
the
local shopping. Tourists can ask, where do the locals shop?
Yep.
We don't want to go to the Walmart, and we don't want to go to a popular mall. Where do the locals go for their everyday lives?
Let's go down that road a second. At the May, at the April meeting, we were talking about the international tourism and how the new tourist wants that local experience. Are you seeing that in your business, that they want to know what's going on locally, or they want that local insight?
I think that a lot of tourists want the best of both worlds. I think they want to experience Las Vegas proper, and then there is that large group of people that say, where do the tourists eat? Where do the locals eat?
Yeah.
Where do the locals shop? Where do the locals go dancing? Which parks do the locals go to? Because let's face it, there's a lot more than, and I love the Strip, believe me. I'm on the Strip, you're here, you see the Strip views here where I live, and I love it. But there is so much more than Sin City. You make this city what you want it to be. It's Sun City, it's Fun City, it's live your life in the city. It's way more than just.
Well, it's funny because, when I'll have friends from out of town and, they don't want to do the Strip thing. Okay, so, which is cool, so we do the local thing. So we go to a locals casino and they, and at first they're like, it's a casino. I'm like, no, 72 lane self-scrolling bowling alley, 18 screen state-of-the-art movie theater, IMAX theater, showroom on the Vegas Strip.
Bowling alley,
nightclub, bingo.
Right, showrooms.
Yeah,
right.
And it has a
Local
casino.
Performers, absolutely.
Yeah. For $20 we can sit down and see an up-and-coming performer.
That's right.
For $30 we can see a named performer who charges $200 on the Strip, but they.
That's right. There's a great jazz band that plays here, $10 admission to get in. Just super.
Yep.
Yes.
True.
And most locals know about it.
Yep.
Right. A lot of tourists do not.
Yeah. So cool. All right.
A lot of local things for the tourists.
Favorite Vegas show and why?
I used to be a diver. I'm fascinated by the diving performances. I'm fascinated by the history of the structure of the pool.
Oh, man.
And the renovations that they had to go through a couple of times.
Yeah.
And I'm fascinated by the show, the water. I also love the fact that a lot of these shows out here have Olympians performing in the shows.
Yes.
And so
the talent.
I can really relate to the performers of the O at the Bellagio.
They have a complete crew underwater.
Yes, the dressing rooms are underneath the pool. They're around the circumference of the pool is all of their dressing rooms. They actually had to renovate that because when they first designed it and built it, it was too cold for the performers.
Right.
So they redesigned it.
There's an air shield there, isn't there?
Yeah, have you seen down there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. See, I haven't been.
Oh.
I would love to. I know they offer tours at times. To the public,
yeah.
I would love to. It's a great show.
Have you ever toured? Have you ever done the backroom tour for the fountains?
I have not.
That is
I'll bet.
Fascinating.
See, there's so many things to do here.
Oh my
People can
God.
rattle off. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you done this? There are so many really cool things to do.
My wife and I got to push the button to start the fountains.
Oh, nice.
That was like, I felt like a kid at Christmas.
Right.
They're looking at me going, what song do you want to play? And I'm like, we get to choose the song?
That's so cool.
So we chose the song. And
What song did you choose? Do you remember? Happy Days Are Here Again?
I think it was an Elton John song.
Oh, nice.
But it was so funny. And then he's like, okay, there's a button, go and push it. And, my wife and I are looking at each other going, we get to push we have a photo of us pushing the button.
Good for you.
But yeah, so it's like, and then you go CO, and that was actually the first Cirque du Soleil show I saw. Mm-hmm. I saw that before I saw Mystere. But, 1 second it's a pool, next second it's a solid floor.
Right.
Next second it's a trampoline.
Things are happening all over. Yes.
And you're just sitting there going, okay.
Different theme performances are so nice because not everybody's going to like a water show.
Right.
Not everyone is going to like Mystere or Cobb. It's all about your personal preference. Right. But there's so many options to choose from.
The first thing you learn going in there is you have to have an open mind because it's not right in front of you. It's the whole theater is the show.
Right. And there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yep.
Different places.
Love that
great.
show.
Me too. Me too.
Hidden Vegas Gem. This is something that you think should get a little more attention than it does, or maybe you think it should not get any attention because you don't want it flooded with tourists.
I think Capo's Speakeasy.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I love it. It's my favorite. I could eat there every day.
You got to knock on the door?
There's a secret door you have to knock
Yes.
on. I love it. You know, you've been there.
Yeah.
How cool is that place? I love it. It's old school Vegas. And there's a lot going on there. First of all, I love the service.
Okay.
I love the taste of the food. I love that they have a live performer most anytime that you're in there. I love the open, dark, dimly lit dining rooms. Excuse me. I love the smoking patio. And I love that they're all very friendly and are so happy that you're there and play the Godfather movie over and over again on their televisions.
Yep.
Their items on their menu are named after some famous people.
Gangster, yep.
The names end in a vowel. I can say that, so does mine. And yeah, I really do think it's a hidden gem that needs a lot more.
Everyone has a different restaurant. It's so funny because it goes back to old Vegas. I mean, all of your mobsters had a restaurant.
Right.
That's
Their
what made
favorite.
it. Yeah.
Right.
You know, I don't think anyone had. I think almost every one of the answers to a hidden Vegas gem has been a restaurant, and it's been one that is not, in the magazines.
Right. And I do like other places outside of a restaurant or a casino. However, I wouldn't necessarily go to them once, twice, 3 times a week. Whereby I'll go to Capo's every day.
Favorite Vegas movie?
Well, that would definitely have to be. I know it just the name slipped my mind. Come on, wait. Sharon Stone, come on, help me.
Who?
Sharon Stone.
Oh, Casino.
Casino.
Okay, all right, okay.
Oh, and I also love the other one with the guys. They made 3 of them now. Ocean's 11.
Yep.
But I would have to say Casino. As a matter of fact, my father's van was in that movie.
Really?
He actually sat in one of the scenes. He sat right next to Sharon Stone, but they cut that scene out.
Right.
But that's not the reason why it's my favorite. I love the whole love me, hate me, love me again, kill me again.
Yeah, it's Vegas. Yeah, it's just. Have you been to the Mob Museum?
I have. Yes.
Love it? Like it?
I do. I like it very much. I think sometimes people might not necessarily believe all those things happened. However, if the walls could talk.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I thought it was
if the walls
cool.
could
I thought
talk.
it was very interesting. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. It's just.
It was good.
Yeah, that's generally the most popular movie everyone asks or has, but a few of the interviewers threw some balls at me, some curveballs, because every popular television show has to do a scene in Vegas. They have to do an episode of Vegas.
For sure.
Just watched a movie last night, and everyone was raving about the part that takes place in Vegas. Well, out of a 2-hour movie, it was like 30 seconds was in Vegas, but everyone remembers the Vegas. Yeah.
Exactly. I do have another favorite one. What Happens in Vegas with Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
I love it. I love that show. That I could watch over and over again.
That is funny. That's a funny movie.
It is very good. And a happy ending.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, you guys started a second company, hiking company.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
It's Las Vegas Hiking Adventures.
How did that come about?
Well, my boss is very much into wanting to explore and experience different things.
Yep.
Diversify his portfolio, if you will, within his passions. And he loves Valley of Fire, Mount Charleston, Red Rock. He loves those areas. He's an outdoors man. He had met his now partner in Las Vegas hiking adventures while playing poker.
There's a story, right?
And they shared some common interests during their conversations. And one of them is that his partner loves to hike. He's done many triathlons. Him and his wife both are very experienced in the world of outdoor hiking and scenic tours as well. And they started talking and said, this is a really great idea. My boss, Michael, I have the experience of the business end and being outdoors, but you have the hiking and the scenic experience. Let's put our heads together. Michael's partner came up with their business plan. They fine-tuned it. They're offering 4-hour or 5-hour scenic, where they will drive you around, and or hiking adventure tours. Yeah, very
Red
cool.
Rock or
Of
Valley
Red
of
Rock
Fire.
or Valley of Fire. Yes.
Those are two.
Yes. The Valley of Fire. That's why I was sharing with you before the Valley of Fire.
Yeah.
He took Michael's partner, took us to places that I probably would have not seen with most anyone else.
Right.
Because you know there's tour companies that go there, and believe me, we love everybody.
Yeah.
But some tour companies, it's just like us, we go certain and specific places.
Right.
This tour company, the partner, Michael's partner, has been hiking for so many years that the signs might lead will say, go this way on your tour. Michael's partner said, no, we're going this way. You see this. And it's not illegal. It's completely open to the public. They're just suggesting which way. So he actually took us down these paths and these beautiful rock formations and the etchings in the rock.
Yep.
Oh, just so beautiful, really beautiful.
Here's a question. How do you explain Valley of Fire to people?
It was once, most all about here was once water. So now you have all of these rock formations and different terrains that have evolved into these majestic looking rock formations, caves. It's really magical. You can look, and we can all talk about the water, seeing an optical illusion, water in the desert.
Yeah.
You know, the way the sun glistens on the rocks and the mountains, you truly can see beauty's in the eyes of the beholder. So you can see whatever your mind's eye beholds at that moment, in that moment. It's very magical. It's a lot of different rock formations. One is not the same as another one. One is gold in color, one is pink, one is yellow, one is brown. There's also these black stones out there just in various places, and people are trying to Google to find out where they came from. Because they're unexplainable in the way that they are positioned in certain locations. So it's really a very magical tour. It's very much getting back to nature. It's a very spiritually enlightening time. Isn't it? You get goosebumps.
You do.
It's beautiful. No matter where you look, there's something beautiful to behold.
Right. My easiest one is, if you've ever seen Star Trek and they go to a deserted planet, chances are that was Valley of Fire.
Right. Yes. And there's been movies shot out there, and there's a lot of history with the Indians. A lot of history, a lot of stories. I actually started reading the book about Mouse, the Indian man who Mouse Tank. Yeah. And very interesting. A lot of history out there.
I always sit there going, people actually lived here. Voluntarily before air conditioning.
Right.
They came out here and said, this is where I want to live. And you're going, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And Mouse actually stayed in his tank to avoid getting killed. Story has it he was out killing people.
Well, again, we go back to the Good Springs,
Right.
back when the West was wild.
Exactly.
That was a very
real gunshots, right?
Yeah.
Real bullets in the wall. We saw the bullet holes.
And then, and then you go out towards Hoover Dam and you have the El Dorado Canyon again.
Right.
The Indians out there, the gold seekers out there. Everyone always thinks that Vegas has always been Vegas, but Vegas was
the Wild West. It still is in certain places.
Yeah.
It still is. You got to be careful. There's still holes in the desert.
There's still room out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, how do they get a hold of you if they want more information?
Absolutely. Our reservations is 24/7. Please call 702-750-9751.
And you do this 7 days a week?
7 days a week, 5 pickup times daily.
Wow.
Rain or shine, 365. No blackout dates.
When's the latest?
Our last pickup is at 5 p.m. It's still light with the daylight savings.
True, okay, all right.
It's beautiful.
True.
Again, our number is 702-750-9751.
Website?
Our website is www.lvatvtours.com. Our email is lasvegasatvtours@yahoo.com.
Lorraine, I appreciate your time and your enthusiasm. I've been enjoying this very much. Thank you very much.
Me too, Mark. Thank you so much for this opportunity. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. It's been really great. Come out and ride an ATV with us through the Nellis Dunes. Have a nice day, everybody. Thanks for booking our ATV tours. Thank you again. And thank you, Las Vegas Territory.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Lorraine, for the interview and for the tour. It was
Amazing.
Debbie wants to do it again as soon as it starts to cool down.
As soon as the heat makes it bearable out there again.
So please give them a call, book your tour, and save 20%, of course, with the promo code TVT, 702-750-9751. All of these notes, all of the links, all of the stuff is found at our website, thevegastours.com. Leave us your comments and your questions. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to this podcast and tell all of your friends. I'm Mark.
I'm Debbie.
And we'll talk to you all next week.